My name's Sarah, and this is my 1966 Mustang. And I never knew anything about the car show world until I met my husband, Matt. And we started going to car shows, and I started, just seeing and learning about cars and just all the different types of cars. And so I kind of became a car show girl. One day, about 6 years ago, that's when I got my Mustang. And everyone said I should paint it, and I didn't want to paint it. Even my husband said I should paint it, and I didn't want to paint it. So finally he said, okay, you don't have to paint it, but let's do some stuff to it. So I said, okay, husband, we'll do some stuff. And so he did all the stuff that has to do with suspension and brakes and everything on the underside. And I told him, don't touch the top of the car, don't even clean the top of the car. And the only thing that I wanted that was nice and new were new rims. So I met Chris at Hot Rods by Boyd, and he was working on a rim. And so we worked together, and he kind of gave me my options for rims. I never even knew this much about rims. I didn't know all the options I could have. I got these rims, and they're brushed and polished with the ceramic coating. And I think they look so good on this car. I like how it makes the chrome pop, and even though my car doesn't look new, it's not painted, but I feel like the rims bring out the best in my car. So I'm really glad I got to work with him. I feel really lucky that I got to work with him. So that's my 1966 Mustang.
Hey, my name is Matt Barba. I'm the husband. So my wife has this 1966 Mustang Fastback. We had this car for about 6 years. It was pretty original. We went through the engine, just got it enough to run and drive, and my wife enjoyed it for about 5 or 6 years until the suspension started wearing out, which I think was all original. So at that point, we kind of had a decision to make. Do we go keep it stock and just refresh the car, or do we improve the car and make it handle like a new car? So fortunately for me, my wife's pretty open-minded and she's forward-thinking, so we went with the TCI complete coilover suspension all the way around. We ended up welding in the front cross member, the TCI kit. It's their own Mustang independent front suspension kit specifically for the 60s Mustangs, and I'm so glad we did it. The kit's awesome. The coilover suspension, I mean, it is stiff. It handles like a modern sports car, but driving this thing on the freeway at 90 miles an hour, you can literally hold the wheel with one finger and it is solid, it's smooth. Handles so much nicer. The old car, like you're on a cloud, just floating along and funky, and this thing is so tight and so stiff. So with that being said, the whole kit, basically front and rear kit, we did the TCI front, independent front suspension with the 3-link torque arm in the back. Additionally, with that torque arm kit, it came with subframe connectors, drive shaft loop, and all that just stiffened up the car dramatically. Basically taking the structural supports from the rockers down to an actual frame in the car instead of just from the rockers and stuff. So definitely stiffened it up. The car drives awesome, it handles awesome. That in conjunction with the rims from Chris at Hot Rods by Boyd. The combination with the two, with the 18-inch rims with the low-profile tires, and the suspension, this thing handles probably even better than a new car.
So throughout the year, we're always coming up with new designs, and at one of those times I was going over some new designs. Matt and Sarah walked in, they wanted to talk about the 66 Mustang project they were working on. So we went back and forth. We decided on an 18-inch because they got some really nice TCI suspension on this thing, Willwood brakes, so it needed to clear the brakes. We tweaked this design that we had, went back and forth, and we decided on what we call now the HR Pro-Am in our Pro Touring series. And what we did was we have a polished finish with brushed tops, and then we went back and put a ceramic coating over the whole thing. I like the way it all turned out.